guys, Chef Whitney back. Today we are going to make one of my favorite recipes. It's a sauteed Brussels sprouts with caramelized onions and bacon. It is delicious. I make this for every Thanksgiving. For today's recipe, you will need bacon, onion, fresh Brussels sprouts, extra virgin olive oil, and salt and pepper. The tools you will need is a chef's knife, a rubber spatula, a cutting board, a sauté pan, and a couple bowls. The first step is we will need to prep our Brussels sprouts, our onions, and our bacon. Since we are going to be cutting up all three of these items, it'll be best to leave the bacon for last since it'll be greasy and leave your cutting board dirty. So the first step, I already have our Brussels sprouts cut in half. We are going to shred them. Now that we've shaved all of our Brussels sprouts, it's time to julienne our onion. So you'll want to cut the ends off. Remember to save the skin for vegetable stock. Cut it in half. And the best way to julienne an onion is you want to leave it halved, and then you take your knife and you slice it. Turn it when you get to the halfway point and slice the other side. And the last thing we need to do before we're ready to cook is we need to chop up our bacon. I like to cut the bacon into small pieces so it's a little bit easier to eat. So pull out 4 or 5 slices of bacon. You can always pull out more if you prefer more. But I like to leave my bacon stacked on top of each other while I start to cut. And now everything's ready to start cooking. We've shredded our Brussels sprouts, we've julienned our onion, and we've chopped our bacon. And now we're ready to start cooking. So first, let's turn on our stove. Let's add a little extra virgin olive oil. You don't need much because we're going to start with the bacon. Make sure to wait until your pan is nice and hot. You don't want to start adding your ingredients while your pan is still cold. So now that our pan is hot, let's add our bacon. I like to cook my bacon until it's nice and crispy. If you don't prefer a super crispy bacon, you don't have to cook it quite as long. So once you've gotten the bacon to the doneness that you like, let's go ahead and pull it out, but leave the bacon fat still in the pan. So now we have all this amazing bacon fat grease that we're going to cook our onions in. Once your onions are in the pan and you've kind of separated them and made it as flat as possible, leave them alone and don't season them. If you add any salt while your onions are cooking, it's going to cause the onions to release water. And we don't want that while we're trying to caramelize them. Once you start to see the onions turning a little bit of brown, go ahead and give it a quick little toss. Spread everything back out and let it cook some more. Again, don't season it. Now that we're getting some good color on our onions, let's go ahead and season it. All right, let's add our bacon back to our onions. And now let's add our Brussels sprouts. Go ahead and season them with salt and pepper. And let's cover our pan so the Brussels sprouts can steam. Go ahead and turn down your temperature to about a medium heat, and we're going to let this cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. So once your Brussels sprouts is steamed, let's go ahead and kick the temperature back up so we can start getting some color on it. I'm putting mine at about an 8.5 to a 9. And there you have it, a delicious sauteed Brussels sprout dish with caramelized onions and bacon. Delicious. Thanks, guys, for cooking with me. I'll see you next time.